Happy Easter Sunday. The Lord says he has risen. By God. What are you doing? You must be out of church because you're watching the JFB, Canada Dry, and EVP Joe. Let me tell you what's on tap for today. We are going to talk about a nugget of news, and then we are going to talk about night one, WWE, and the switcheroo to predictions for night number 2. You guys okay with that?
Jeppy, you stole my bet. I'm supposed to be the one.
I was on a roll, man.
What am I supposed to say?
Hit that music. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Yeah, the AFW Network. How you doing today? Happy Sunday. For those of you who celebrate Easter, guess what? Both Orthodox Easter and regular Christianity Easter fall on the same day. Does not happen very often. So, hallelujah and amen to you. My name is, of course, the almighty JFB. I don't know why I gave
himself down.
I am not only your chief shenanigans officer, I'm also a soulful, giving, loving person as well. Let's talk to this guy over here.
I am your Canadian hero.
Yeah.
I am your patron saint of professional wrestling. I am your gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada effing dry. How the hell are you on this glorious Sunday morning?
Very good. Very good. Guy down there.
Follow that up, but okay, I'll give it a go. I am, y'all know me, I am the EVP of everything that is AFW, EVP Joe. Wishing everyone who does, I guess, do it happy Easter. Couldn't think of the word, drawing a blank. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to vent on some WrestleMania and some other news.
Only thing I got a nugget of news. The only thing I want to talk about.
I want to vent on one of your nuggets of news too. It's all good.
Okay, so when I looked up the news like I normally do to take notes for the news, it was dominated mostly by pre-WrestleMania and WrestleMania. So there's not a lot of news, with the exception of this. The Mexican Lucha Libre promotion known as AAA has been purchased by TKO. I don't care. You can call it WWE. You can call it Wet Willie. I don't give a rat's ass. It's TKO who bought strategically AAA. Now, what does this do for WWE? It gives them a huge advantage over any promotion, because not only are they already dominating through Latin America as it is because of their presence, but now they own the promotion that most people go to. 70% of your fans are AAA fans. 30% are CMLL. So that's a huge purchase. Canada Dry, your thoughts on AAA going to WWE?
I have more questions than the thoughts, but it seems to me like so the production of AAA is also going to be getting a huge bump.
Oh, it's horrible. It looks like it's on Access Television.
Yeah, so now you're going to get a huge bump in production with that cash behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got guys under contract, right, for AAA?
Yes.
Yeah, including their AAA mega champion, Alberto El Patron.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
So, is he going to get released? That's one of the questions.
The guy got kicked out of a wrestling promotion in Tijuana. I don't think he's gonna make it through AAA. Just saying.
Never know. They might bring him back as Alberto Del Rio.
Oh Jesus H. Please don't. Please
But,
don't bring Alberto Del Rio. Please don't.
And what does AEW do? Do they counter and talk to CMLL as?
Here's the thing. AAA technically runs publicly in Mexico, kind of like how Best Buy runs, where you can trade them on the stock market, you can invest in them, blah, blah, blah. So AAA has this entity. CML is very privately owned. In fact, if you actually try to find out who actually owns CMLL, you don't know. It's like ridiculous to try to find that information.
CMLL has the longer history, right?
AAA does. AAA has been around. Oh no, I'm sorry. CMLL has been around. People left to create AAA as a competitor because they didn't like CMLL's rules and regulations. So.
Sort of like New Japan and All Japan type
Correct.
scenario.
Yeah.
And Triple Mania will likely have some sort of more WrestleMania feel now with the name. And
I think what's going to happen is it's not going to happen immediately. You know, they do have a pay-per-view coming up called Worlds Collide. Why it's not in Mexico, I don't know. Instead, it's going to be in Los Angeles. It's happening in wherever, whenever, May, June, July, August. It doesn't matter.
It's like a week before AEW show at Arena Mexico.
Okay. So why they are promoting this, they have to put forth the motions, because in reality is we don't know if the purchase is actually 100% through. If they introduce the people who are the owners and people who run day-to-day operations at AAA, and the woman looks like she should be running a drug cartel. I'm just going to be honest. She looks scary as hell. It's going to take a while. And when I say a while, I mean, we're talking years, because you have to size up who is your exact opposite at AAA. If I'm running multimedia, who's running multimedia at AAA? And now you got to make a decision who goes. And that takes time, because there's salaries and contracts and all that shit involved, not including your wrestlers.
Okay. So here's my take on this. I think it's bad. I think it's horrible that WWE has bought AAA. I don't like it when WWE is going around buying up all these companies. I think it's bad. Look at what they did in the UK. It's a bad thing for wrestling. But on top of that, on the pre-show, you have WWE announcing, we've bought AAA. You have Triple H announcing, I want to do right and I want to honor Lucha Libre and the Luchadors. And then you have fucking Rey Fenix get beat by El Grande Americano, a freaking parody.
You're jumping ahead.
I don't care, because it's all looped in. I can't stand it. This is how you treat arguably the biggest luchador in the world after not even 2 hours ago saying you want to do honor and do right by them by having them lose to a fucking parody character. I fucking hate it.
Ultimately, what's going to happen is TKO is going to make hard decisions about AAA. AAA is not going to exist as AAA anymore. It's going to be known as WWE.
Yeah. ...
WWE Mexico.
WWE presents AAA, because that's how it's going to happen.
They may very well turn AAA into NXT Mexico.
They very well might. But your question now is, guys, like, because the word on the street is that your top talent right now in AAA are not happy. They hate the fact that they have to be involved with WWE, including Vikingo. Why he was there, I don't know. Things must have been bended over, because the word on the street was he was pissed.
Well, I mean, he's under contract. He doesn't really have much of a choice.
So AAA is now part of WWE. Let's go to night one. Let's get some reactions. The opening match was Jey Uso. He is your contender, taking on, from Austria, Gunther, your world champion. This is opening the show. Canada Dry. What did you think of the opening match?
I thought that it was a good choice to start the show.
Yeah.
The crowd was pumped for him. Everyone's doing the yeet. It was a decent match.
Yeah.
It was a good match. I enjoyed the antics of Gunther when he was getting tired of losing. So he leaves the ring, act like he's going to leave. And Jey Uso runs at him, gets hit with the belt. You're like, oh, no. I like that little bit there. But this outcome was never in doubt. Yeah. Like, you knew. Yeah. Like, I feel like WWE really, they're like those movies where you know exactly what's going to happen. It's very telegraphed.
There's a director known as Ryan Murphy, created shows like Nip Tuck, American Horror Story, Glee, so on and so forth. There is a story that Ryan Murphy, when Glee was huge, would open up Twitter and start reading tweets, and then would change stories based off of what people on social media were complaining about. And this is exactly what happened with this match.
But Triple H said earlier this week that the vocal minority online don't know anything and just need to shut up and enjoy the ride.
Joe, what are your thoughts on the first match?
Okay, so the match was fine.
Yeah.
I kind of wish this was later in the night because it was too light out. Like, I hated that it was so bright in that stadium with the sun coming through the roof. I thought Jey Uso's entrance would have been better if it was darker.
Mm-hmm.
Match is fine. My major issue is the ending, and it's not what everyone else is bitching about on the internet. I don't care, and I don't mind that Gunther got choked out. It's a choke. It's like, if done right, chokes put you out like this. If you do a blood choke versus an air choke, you're going out in seconds. My problem is Jey Uso hit 2 super kicks, a spear, and 3 splashes, and then Gunther just got right back up. He did not sell any of Jay's moves. No. That's my issue with this.
But I'll counter that with wrestling does that a lot.
Oh, yes, they do.
Lately, like selling is shit now in wrestling, period.
It depends on the person, because there's a lot. The majority of your wrestlers can't sell that well.
Well, then don't do all of that. It's like Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega hits a one-wing angel. Nobody kicks out.
Yep.
Most of the time, it's because someone breaks up the pin, or because the periodic rope break. But no one physically kicks out of a one-winged angel.
Yep.
That's how I wish wrestling.
What is that beep I'm always hearing when you're on the show?
My notifications. Joe, I cannot agree with you. I'm going to go just a tad further. I get Jey Uso winning the belt. The problem I have with Jey Uso is not a professional wrestler. He's a sports entertainer. This guy has great charisma and is going to do well as the champ. But if he has to actually wrestle and convincingly doing it, he doesn't do it. Look at that match with Gunther. And they looked so uninspired while they were in that ring. It looked like they were just going through the motions. And this is
that match could have easily been on a main event of Raw.
Thank you. You're right. It absolutely could have been. It didn't need to be told at WrestleMania, because the showcase of the Immortals is for one thing and one thing only: to put yourself in a position to be better than you were going in and coming out. Period. You have the chance to show the world who you are and what you can do. That's what this show is about. Let's go to the second match. It's a tag match for the tag championships. You have the most uninspiring heels, the New Day, taking on as equally uninspiring heavy tag champs, the War Raiders, who are dressed as characters from a show called a game called Clash of Clans, which WWE has a connection with. I want to bring one thing up, and that's this. I'm a huge video game fan. I love fighting games. Fatal Fury is one of my favorite. I've always come across as Fatal Fury is kind of a niche fighting product, fighting video game. It's very niche.
Yeah, that was for the first match.
No, it was on the main mat.
But it was also Jey Uso came out to it.
Yes, but it was on smack dab on the mat. And I can't tell you the millions of dollars that it costs in advertising to get that done. But anyways, Canada Dry, second match, New Day versus the War Raiders.
Yep. This match was so short.
Mm-hmm.
This match was really short.
It was cut short.
Yeah. To me, it was just a match.
Yeah.
I actually love the New Day as heels.
I do too. And I love their little gimmick where they were paying homage to Giant Gonzalez. Was brilliant.
But like, yeah, it didn't feel like a WrestleMania match.
No.
Like I think that's the major theme that we're gonna talk about, because like you can say what you want about Vince, he's a perv, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was good. I guess it is when he started losing his marbles and older his, but before COVID,
Yeah.
Vince was good at making WrestleMania special.
Yes.
He had a few duds along the way, but
Vince McMahon sees WrestleMania creatively.
yeah.
Triple H now is at a point where he has to see WrestleMania as a product, not creatively. How is it going to generate us money? And when they see us, we mean TKO. That's where this is going to come from. And I have a feeling most of your WrestleManias are going to be like this.
But do you think that's like is he handcuffed to you? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. WWE's purchase by TKO probably is going to be the thing that kills WWE. Not in terms of going bankrupt and just going away. The product is going to suffer because you have a guy who is very creative and knows the business and loves it more than anyone else. And he can't do it. He can't.
I don't think he's that creative, I'll be honest with you.
If you get a chance, go on YouTube and watch his acceptance speech
I've seen it.
From the Hall of Fame. It's very inspiring.
Yeah.
And it encapsulates who he is as a person, not Triple H. Paul Levesque. That's the difference. EVP Joe, your thoughts on the second match?
I believe you said this word about 10 times already. This match felt very uninspired. It just paint by numbers. This should have been a Vikings rules match. I think it would have brought a little bit more to this match. Mm-hmm. And once again, this, just like the first match, the ending felt very abrupt.
So go over, like for people that missed it, go over the ending for us.
I don't even remember how. I know that they hit their finisher. They had Eric or Ivar was over.
Basically, a bigger guy gets tripped up by what's his name?
So the Kofi has Eric Ivar over his knee, and then Woods does the double stomp. And then Woods goes to pin, and Kofi just holds his leg down. Like, it was just very uneventful.
It was stupid. It was stupid.
But I think they wanted to do that to make them seem like they stole the belts. But really, that's legal, isn't it?
It is in a way, but here's the problem. The fans were so not wanting this match, okay, that you have to get George Kittle involved. One of the many stars that showed up at WrestleMania and guzzled beer right in front of the camera.
You know what the match should have been?
What?
The match should have been the unification of the tag titles.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
No, but it would be brilliant. You have one set of tag belts. These are the tag supreme. They go back and forth. That's when the tag belts mean something, when you have less.
No. What they should have did is they should have put the ladder match for the World Tag Team. For the WWE Tag Titles on this show, and not this match.
Yeah.
Regardless, New Day wins. They're your new champions. This match was. Let's go to our third match. I'm going to go first with Naomi. It was a really good entrance. And then we go to Jade Cargill. Jim Cantor, for those who don't know, is on the Weather Channel. And if he's in your town, it's not a good thing. This guy just doesn't show up in your hometown because he likes you. It's because something bad is coming and he wants to be there to report it. You don't give this guy a segment to introduce Jade Cargill. He had to look off screen multiple times to read the copy so that he didn't mess up. He almost missed saying the word WrestleMania 41 because he had to look. Anyways, 60% of this match I did not see because my power was flickering on and off. So, unfortunately, I missed the majority of this match. But Jade Cargill won. I went back, rewatched this match a little bit. I couldn't. Canada Dry, you go first.
This is another match that could have been on Raw or SmackDown. It's like maybe out of stipulation or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Joe.
I don't know.
You're not going to hear me say this often, but I agree with Elvis Martinez's last comment.
What's his
For
last
me,
comment?
the best thing about Jade is her entrance. And I was thoroughly let down by what she did tonight or last night. I was expecting something grand and great, and it fell flat. And then Naomi's like, I don't understand this whole caution tape outfit. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
She's been doing that for a while.
I don't watch the show weekly, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
The match was meh. It's a typical Jade Cargill match.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are, you can't carry someone who isn't very great to a great match.
I'm going to say one.
Yeah, Naomi's not an outstanding wrestler. She's okay.
I think she's vastly underrated. I think she's good when she's with the right, when she's with.
No, I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's bad, but a good wrestler can carry someone like Jade.
Yeah.
I disagree. I don't think Jade wants to wrestle. You can't convince me she wants to be there.
Nope. I'm going to say one good thing and then one bad thing. Then we're going to move on. Here's my good thing. Jade Cargill's hair was awesome. Her entire look is awesome. That's what makes Jade different than everybody else. Now my bad thing.
The bell rung? Sorry.
Here's my bad thing. You have a chance because you don't have any real heel women wrestling right now. Charlotte Flair is a heel because no one likes her, both publicly and in fictionally. She is not a well-liked person. But Naomi has the chance, or had the chance, to become your top woman's heel, someone that can fight Bianca and everybody else, because Jade can't because Jade is very much like Hogan. Jade must pose. The loss Naomi took is one, and I mean, I may be completely off base, and here's my hot take. I think that this is a punishment for her and Mercedes Moné walking out, because you have no heel and you have a chance to promote one and build one and create
I don't think
one.
it's a punishment, JFB, because like if she was a punch, she would be on Mania. She wouldn't be on the
Yes.
card.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you humiliate people at the biggest moments.
Oh, I
Anyway,
disagree. Triple H got a punishment on Mania by getting jobbed out to the Warrior in 10 seconds.
yep. All right, let's go to our next one. For the U.S. heavyweight title, your contender is going to be Jacob Fatu. Your champion is going to be LA Knight, who comes out in a beautiful Maserati. The match itself, again, another match that I had issues watching because my power kept flickering on and off, which makes life interesting.
What was going on? Like, were they just working on the poles or something?
I don't know what's going on. There was no storm or anything. It's like the power just come on and off. It was very weird. Very, very, very weird. Anyway, Jake Fatu is your new U.S. heavyweight champion. Canada Dry, your thoughts on this match?
Jacob Fatu is awesome, though. I still love Jacob Fatu. His presence is just, he's got a presence.
Yep.
I like this match.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put it down.
Yep.
LA Knight did a great job. Fatu did good. You know, like, it's a good moment to have Jacob Fatu win the U.S. title.
Yep. Absolutely. It's good for business. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
EVP Joe.
Okay, first off, love Jacob Fatu's werewolf mask on his entrance. I thought it looked amazing.
Yeah.
I think they missed an opportunity. I would have loved to have heard when LA Knight comes out in his car and his windows goes down, he should have said right there, "Let me talk to you." Like, because that would have popped me. Because, that's what you do. You roll down your window and be like, "Yeah, let me talk to you." That's what you do to people on the street. The match was up to the best match of the night, in my opinion. But I still think it suffered. I think it could have gone a few more minutes because, once again, this kind of felt like an abrupt ending. But that freaking moonsault into the BFT was freaking great. Spot of the night for me. I loved it.
Absolutely.
And like I said on the pre-show yesterday, you give this title to Jacob Fatu and you let this man run the mid-card for like a year and a half before he goes on.
You do what you did with Gunther.
Yes.
With the Intercontinental title.
But this time when you put the world title on Jacob Fatu, you actually let him still continue to be the badass that he is, not what they did with Gunther in this world title reign.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one nice thing about this match. It was match of the night at that point.
Okay, glad you had it at that point.
I'm happy that I too love Jacob Fatu. In fact, the world loves Jacob Fatu so much that if you go to MLW's YouTube page, there's a video talking about Alex Hammersmith coming back and who's going to be the new legacy, because his old legacy is Jacob Fatu. Great video. Also very interesting that MLW is kind of hijacking off of WWE. But Jacob Fatu, it was the right move. Get the belt off of Knight, put it on Jacob Fatu, let him run loose. Let's go to our fifth match. El Americano Grande, which, by the way, you can order at Starbucks, is taking on, he was supposed to take on Rey Mysterio. Apparently, Rey Mysterio has a legitimate injury. He is off. It is, in fact, Rey Fenix, your newest acquisition. Canada Dry. You go first.
So the crowd doesn't pop at all. They don't care about Rey Fenix.
Nope.
Like this guy's the best luchador in the world right now.
Yep.
And they don't give a. I think they did him a disservice by not having Rey in his corner. Like, I think that's how you do it. If Ray can't wrestle, come out with come out with Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
Or at least have Penta come out with him, because then
Nope, can't do that because he's night 2.
well, he can still, then Ray could come out for Penta. But anyways,
Yeah.
like the crowd, other than a few oohs and ahs with they sucked for this. Like, all those people were just sitting on their hands. And like, it was a good match, but the crowd really took me out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe.
This match left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. To continue my rant, I can't believe they had Ray Phoenix lose his first freaking WrestleMania match in this fashion with a freaking piece of metal and a headbutt. I mean, come on now. You had the chance and the opportunity to establish Ray Phoenix as your next Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you do to him.
Yep.
I hated it. And, I would have much rather this just been Chad Gable, the man who hates Lucha Libre because he thinks it's making a mockery of his sport, versus Ray Phoenix, and this would have been a million times better story.
Yep.
They did the vignette, though, for El Grande. I like the vignette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, I enjoyed the entrance with the mariachis and all that, but
yeah,
I just and honestly, this is another match I think that could have used a few more minutes. Yeah. I think that's my running theme of the night, is just every match just is too short, which is kind of a staple with Triple H, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
this should have been a SmackDown match. All right, let's go to our next match. Match number 6. We're going to talk about Tiffany Stratton, your women's champion, taking on Charlotte Flair in a match that is become a little personal between these two. Whether
it's like it's going off the rails a couple times.
Off the rails a couple times. Ken and John, your thoughts on the women's championship match?
This was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed this match. I would have rioted if Charlotte Flair won, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Tiffany got the win.
Mm-hmm.
Seems she chipped her tooth, but then she posted on
IG that she's fine.
Yeah.
It seemed like she had veneers in on her teeth looked much different.
Maybe caps or something. Like, I don't know.
Like, she's like, no worry, I just clip these on.
I'm sure somewhere in Vegas there's a 24-hour dentist.
Britt Baker was in town.
Yeah.
Britt's in town. There you go. DMD. Let's go to Joe.
First off, I loved Tiffany's entrance. I loved her being presented as a Barbie doll in the Barbie doll box. I thought it was great. Yeah. I don't understand why you're doing 2 of basically the same car entrances with LA Knight and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Was it the same car?
Not the same car, no. But it's the same concept. Oh, let's drive up in a car.
I missed it. What kind of car was Charlotte in?
I don't remember.
Buick? I can't remember. It was some. It looked like one of those fancy, like
Escalade or something like that.
No, a sports car.
I wonder, are they getting money for these things?
Absolutely, product placement at its finest. Even though I don't understand why Maserati needs to be freaking advertising on WWE.
Because, in all honesty, you can get a Maserati for under $30,000 if you know where to go.
But also, all these people who can afford to go to WWE events now, they can afford to buy a Maserati.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah,
they had seats on the stage.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Like the seats on top of the entrance, I thought was pretty cool. Elvis Martinez says it was like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, probably.
But the match itself was fine. I'm just not a big fan of Charlotte and her no selling of Tiffany's offense. I hated it. But thank God that Tiffany won. I don't think I could have stood seeing Charlotte win another match.
Yeah.
Now maybe they can come up with an idea for Charlotte that doesn't involve the champion.
Did you see Ric Flair's tweet?
Nope.
Basically said Charlotte Tiffany stole the show. I'm like, What show were you watching? Because that's just not even close.
But also, if they did steal the show, that's a low bar. It's like we had a good match and stole the show.
Look, you can only use steal the show when it's a match that's not supposed to be the best match on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, with Charlotte and Tiffany, that should be one of your better matches. And
Yeah.
it wasn't.
This match should have been violent. It should have been violent. And I'm going to add a third violent as well. The show wasn't. It was just two very uninspired wrestlers hitting each other. And in all honesty, it didn't feel like either one of them cared whether they won or lost. Like there wasn't a sense of drama in this show, in this match.
You know what the problem I think with WrestleMania is?
Yeah.
WWE is good at storytelling.
Yes.
There's no storytelling in WrestleMania. It's just matches.
Yeah.
So now you gotta show that we can wrestle.
Yeah. And they don't.
I will say, it as much as I love Tiffany, she definitely had this face of like the moment was too big for her at times.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's weird because that happened with Jacob Fatu. When he won, he jumped over the barrier where the fans are. I don't know. It didn't look like he even had the belt. And he walked away and he pushed the guy out and they faded out. And they went to another camera, which I thought was quite interesting. I don't know if Jacob Fatu is pissed off or this is just so overwhelming or whatever the case is. Anyways, so let's go to our main event. It's Punk. It's Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins. Reigns comes out. Seth comes out. Punk comes out to what should have been amazing, which is Living Color, which is a band. If you have not heard them, please do, because that is Punk's entrance theme. Is Cult of Personality, written by Living Color. Great band live, by the way. So he comes out, he hugs everybody, he gets to the ring, we get it on. Elvis. Basically, it's the opportunity for all three guys to just do their moves and near falls. In the end, Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns, and then turns on CM Punk, turns on Roman Reigns, and then sides with Seth Rollins. Congratulations, EVP Joe, you called it. And Rollins wins nothing. He just wins. Yay! Canada Dry, you go first.
I felt the championship should have been on the line for this.
Yeah.
Like, good for Jey Uso that he won the gold, but they could have made this about that title and elevated that title.
Yeah.
The world title being elevated with these three.
Yep.
It would have been like, even if Seth wins it, it's still elevated.
Yep.
So I felt like it was a very good match. I was very entertained. Like, of all the matches, this is the best one.
Yep.
Good swerve with Paul Heyman. But like, I don't care how much, if you're gonna hit someone in the balls.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman, like, you're not gonna stay down for that long. You're gonna act a little quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe?
Yeah, this is absolutely match of the night. But first, before we get to the match, it was so surreal to see Roman Reigns coming out by himself.
It was, yeah.
For over like 5 years, he's always had at least Paul Heyman with him.
Yep.
It was you could tell this was definitely a changing of the Roman Reigns character. I think we'll see more of that whenever he decides to come back. Because interesting enough, he said the day he no longer has his wise man, there is no more tribal chief.
Yeah.
He said that a while back. So
yeah.
Interesting enough,
Yeah.
Paul Heyman, before this happened, said he's going to be at NXT in Braun Breaker's corner. I don't know if this is an old post on.
Yeah.
It might be an old one.
It's got.
Was he ever in Braun Breaker's corner on NXT?
No.
Is this an old post?
Not that I remember. No. Anyways,
the match itself, I enjoyed. I always loved the I'm sorry, real quick. Just want to say, this is the only match that had any storytelling whatsoever.
Yeah,
the only one, and and I would expect nothing less from a match that involves Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, ultimately, you're right. This was match of the night. The story told in the ring was 3 guys desperately want to beat the living hell out of each other. Fantastic. You told the story. Here's my problem. It's a triple threat match you could have had on Raw for 30 minutes and had the same outcome with the fans and with the pop and with the social media. Like, you could have got the same thing. There should have been something on the line, and you're right, Canada Dry. It should have been a shot at.
There was something on the line. The love and admiration of Paul Heyman.
Dumb.
Anyways,
let's quickly do our flower shop, and then
okay.
we'll do the predictions for tonight.
Okay. Canada Dry, you go first.
All right. My match of the night is the triple threat with Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk.
Yep.
My second match of the night, I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton. Just because Charlotte didn't win, make me happy. I'm giving this show 3 out of 5 bells.
Wow. Somebody's climbing high on that ladder. Easy go.
Okay, so my first match of the night is obviously the triple threat main event.
Yeah.
Second match is LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. I'm giving this like 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
This just was. This show doesn't even deserve bells. That's how bad I thought this was.
They're better than bells.
Either way, like, it's just. I have an inherent expectation of what WrestleMania is, and this show shit the bucket and didn't even come close.
Yeah. My match of the night is going to be the triple threat. If I had to pick a second match, unfortunately, it would be the LA Knight Jacob Fatu match. I want to give a shout out to Rick Rubin, amazing record producer. He produced everything from Johnny Cash, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Slayer, you name it. This guy is huge in the music industry.
Was he Cyndi Lauper related? Something to do with Cyndi Lauper?
But he did do production on her record. Yeah. The thing that tie in with wrestling with Rick Rubin is Rick Rubin financially supported Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Oh.
Secretly, he would write checks to Jim Crockett and was a private.
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, Jim Cornette. Yeah. So shout out to Rick Rubin. I'm going to give it 2 bells. I think that in all honesty, Raw is WrestleMania night 1. That's what I think. I think what we watched was a 3.5, 4-hour Raw with a banger main event. So
and bigger entrances.
Yeah. And speaking of entrances, WWE.
Pig with makeup is what we watched.
Raymond wants to know if he can give his review of the show real quick.
Hell yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my favorite match is the triple threat match. My second favorite match is Jay versus Naomi.
Okay.
And I give the show 1 star because I like the main event.
1 star.
You thought we were rough.
You thought JFB is really hard to please. We got the ultimate rating
Are we gonna
machine.
include his in our overall score there?
I mean,
that'll
I
really
can
bring it
if you
down.
want me to.
We won't, because it'll really bring it down.
Well, I mean, the three of us are at 2.5. So
Yeah. No, I'm 2. Don't even
well,
give
no,
me
the average is 2.
half to me.
Yeah, so regardless, it's
About
we
2.5.
don't-
I think that's the average.
2.5 is pretty.
So let's go to our night 2 predictions.
God, I hope night 2 is so much better than night 1.
Yeah. We start with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Canada Dry, you go first.
I think Bianca Belair walks out of this with the gold.
Okay.
Because Bianca Belair deserves it. She's been held down for so long, and she should be your champion.
Yeah. Okay. Joe.
Io pins Rhea. So that way, Bianca can still say, I've never been pinned at WrestleMania, and they can punt the true matchup they want, which is Bianca versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 42.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Io Sky is so horrible.
What?
Io Sky is so horrible.
I don't think so.
I agree with Kevin Nash.
Oh, that's a hot
don't.
take.
I don't agree. Io is fine. She wasn't the focus of this match, and that's the problem. They should have just given us Rhea versus Bianca, which is what
We got the Lavatron 5000 calling in. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah. Put him on.
Hey!
What's going on?
I wasn't
Juicy
sure.
Justin. How you
I
doing?
wasn't sure if you guys wanted to do call-ins for night
No,
2,
go
so
ahead,
I
go
thought I'd join.
Yeah.
Who do you got winning this match?
Oh, I'm with Joe. I got Io.
Yeah.
I got, but I don't got Io pin Rhea. I got Io pin Bianca.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to go with my prediction. I don't care. But if you're going to force a gun on me, which the person next to me is putting a gun at my head, Helen, put that gun away.
Yeah, that's not very HR of Helen.
Yeah, I'm going to go
It's
with
a
Bianca.
paintball gun. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bianca because in all honesty, who cares? I mean, give it to Bianca. Let's see what she does, because her last title run sucked.
Io Sky should never have been part of this whole thing. It
No.
should have just been,
I agree. It should have just been Rhea and Bianca.
Yeah, I agree.
Justin, you want to stay for the rest of the show?
If I can, that'll be great.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll
Yeah.
keep you on.
Well, more merrier.
Can I add one more thing to night 1? Because I listened to you guys talk about night 1. I want to give my 2 favorite songs and then the rating for that as well.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
So I agree with all 4 of you. My match of the night was the triple threat match as well.
Yeah.
My second favorite match, I gotta agree with Canada Dry here. It had to be Tiffany versus Charlotte because Charlotte lost, and I'm happy as well. But I agree with Joe's son over there. I give this show just 1 bell because of the main event.
Like, you guys are like, that's a really low ball.
I'm gonna look something up. I'm actually curious.
Well,
because I did not look it up.
Roman wants to throw his prediction real quick while JFK.
Yeah, throw your prediction in.
Okay, so I think Bianca is going to win because Naomi helps her and then Naomi and Bianca become a heel tag team.
See,
Okay.
I wouldn't see if that happens. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Well, while
What are you
JFB,
looking up?
you know what is
Look it up,
something?
JFB.
So their overall grade is a B.
From who?
Bleacher Report? They
Oh,
give
we
it a
all
B.
know Bleacher Report is garbage at rating wrestling.
Here's the kicker. The women's match was rated A, and the triple threat match was rated A+.
But that was a good match. Like that was the highlight of the whole night 1.
Yeah, but that was not an A+ match.
Something I
if
meant to bring up from the triple threat match. So now
Yeah.
that Seth is with Heyman, what
Yeah.
if this inadvertently causes a new two-man power trip with Reigns and Punk? Enemy of my enemy is my friend type deal.
Yeah. You know what? I don't care. I'm over CM Punk. And in all honesty, like Roman Reigns takes some time off because you're just kind of walking the walk at this point. You're not really even, you're just kind of there. You just kind of come in and then you leave. You like The Rock, but you're there a little bit more often. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go to our second match. Liv and Raquel, your tag champs, is going to take on the Intercontinental Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria, and a mystery opponent. So not only do you have to pick the match, but you have to pick the mystery opponent. And the dry, you go first.
The mystery opponent, I'm going to start with that first.
Yeah.
It's Becky Lynch.
Okay.
There's good. And I think Becky Lynch gets the win because they're going to be all popping for her to be back. And that's who I'm going with, even though I didn't pick that because I didn't pick that in because I didn't expect this injury to Bayley.
Yeah. Which is not a real injury. They wrote her off WrestleMania 41. She's not legit. Like they just wrote her off. That's some
poor Bayley.
Yeah, let's go to Justin. Justin.
So you have Bayley do all of this, win a gauntlet match on SmackDown, just to get a match at WrestleMania, just to be written off the night before.
Because Becky said yes.
That's a good take, Justin.
Yeah, it's a great take.
How stupid can you be? Like, okay, so my takes on this is yes, Becky Lynch's return tonight, because why have her at the Hall of Fame if she was not going to return?
Yeah.
She was also backstage at night one.
Yeah, rooting for Seth, which
I thought she was just going to make an appearance. But
did you see her getting all giddy and happy? The video she
Yes.
posted when Seth teamed with Heyman.
However, with the number one contenders now being Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley on NXT, which are a face team.
Yeah,
I still think Liv Morgan and Raquel retain, because it wouldn't make sense for a face team going up against a face team on NXT.
Yeah. All right, Joe.
Yeah, I agree with my two other panelists here. It's going to be Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And Liv and Raquel are going to retain because some way, somehow, Becky is going to knock Lyra Valkyria's head off, and this is going to spin off into an IC title feud. Okay. You got to start legitimizing this new title. And whether Lyra beats Becky or Becky wins it, either way, it's given some credence to a already forgotten about mid-card title.
Yeah.
They haven't done the Women's Battle Royal in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2025.
You mean ever since Triple H took over?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? It's going to be Becky Lynch. That's not who I want. You have a prime opportunity to give a heart attack to every single internet wrestling community moron and have them just pass out, boom, and go away. You can wipe out the entire internet wrestling community by debuting Britt Baker.
Oh.
She's
still under contract, though, so.
No, she's not. Apparently, she is not under contract with AEW.
I don't know about that. That's kind of, we'll see.
Anyways, I don't care. You have Britt Baker walk down that aisle would be freaking amazing.
And then she loses.
Huh?
Yeah.
And then she loses.
Yeah, and then she loses. Yeah, because that's what WWE likes to do.
That would be cool. Britt Baker winning the match.
Yeah, but Liv and Raquel will retain because Lyra's got the Intercontinental. It'll set up a match with her and Becky Lynch, Tessa Blanchard. Give me a break. WWE
I want
wants
to be Tessa versus Charlotte in a "We Don't Like You" match.
No,
it
that
has
would, please no. Don't even put that out into the universe.
I would like to see Tessa Blanchard wrestle 15 great white sharks that are extremely hungry with a very angry disposition. Anyways, let's go to our next thing. AJ Styles taking on Logan Paul. Ken Dry, you go first.
This is going to be AJ Styles match.
Yeah.
I can't see with John Cena winning later. I can't see giving two heels a big win like that.
Yeah.
So I think this is AJ Styles.
Okay. Justin.
I agree with Canada Dry. I don't see Logan Paul win here because it wouldn't be right for two heels to win on the same night. So I got AJ Styles.
Okay. Joe.
My heart says AJ, but my brain says Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm feeling.
And on
I
top of that,
I always go with my heart. That's my big issue.
I hate that we are dwindling down the career of AJ Styles, and Triple H is like, let's have you wrestle Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like, I hate, you all know I hate Logan Paul as a human being. I think he's a detestable person. He's horrible. He's done so many horrific things in life.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm right there with you. I can't stand Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, in all honesty, this is a disservice to AJ Styles. I have a shovel in the garage that I'm going to use to start getting ready to carve out the grave that WWE is gonna dump AJ Styles' husk in and bury him. Logan Paul is going to win this because they invested a lot of money in Logan Paul, not just with his full-time contract, but with Prime and all this other bullshit. That's the reality. They're going to put Logan Paul over because the fans know and respond to Logan Paul negatively or whatever, but they know who Logan Paul is.
I will say this. This match better be early in the show to let these fans get over it.
Yeah.
Boo!
Yeah, if anything, let this match follow the women's world title match after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
Triple Threat is
Joe,
open.
what are going to be what would be bigger boos? Charlotte winning yesterday, or Logan Paul winning tonight?
Charlotte win yesterday.
They would have muted the television so you couldn't hear it. Let's go to our four-way. It's for the Intercontinental. It's Braun Breaker, your champion, taking on Penta, taking on Balor, taking on Dominic Mysterio. Canada Dry, you go first.
This is a head pick.
Huh?
My heart's going with Braun Breaker, but my head is going with Dominic Mysterio walking out with that gold.
What?
Yeah.
That is insane.
I feel they want to give Dominic this WrestleMania moment. And the boos are going to be loud. And that's what I think. I think and it's going to be a breakup of the rest of the Judgment Day.
Canada Dry did not test the strength of the ice. He just skated right into the middle of the lake and said, screw it.
Listen, this is something WWE would do.
I know. That's what's sad.
I know. That's why it's a head pick, not a heart pick. Like, I don't want it to happen. I'd rather Braun Breaker win. But this is what I feel will happen.
Yeah. Let's go to Justin.
Oof. So my heart is telling me Braun Breaker as well. However, my head is 100% telling me Penta.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest here, the Judgment Day is very close to being over.
Yeah.
Because you got Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio arguing on live television on Netflix every single Monday night.
Yeah.
You got Dominic Mysterio saying like, "Oh, we need somebody new," and Finn Balor's like, "You don't know anything about new members."
Yeah.
And then of course last night you got Rey Fenix losing. So that to me pretty much tells me like it's either going to be Braun Breaker or WWE is going to right the wrong and have Penta walk out with the Intercontinental Championship.
Justin, let me ask you something. Did you get a new iPhone or something like that?
No.
Same technology that you were using before? Okay.
Yeah.
You were breaking up a lot before, but it seems not to be breaking
He's got
up.
that better internet connection now.
Yeah.
That must be it.
He paid the extra cash.
I've switched from this iPod for StreamYard to the iPod I'm on now.
Oh,
Okay. Joe, your turn.
All right. Guys, it's going to be Dominic Mysterio. And you know why? Because this is how the breakup happens. You're going to have Finn Balor hit his coup de grace or something on someone. I don't know who. And then Dominic is throwing Finn Balor out of the ring and getting the 1, 2, 3. Now, with that said, the only way, and I mean the only way I'm okay with this, is that as long as Braun Breaker wins Money in the Bank and is the next World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
As y'all know, I'm a Braun guy. I love this Steiner Math promo on Friday.
That was great. That was great.
So, if they're not doing that, then you keep the IC title on Braun. But I firmly believe it's going to be Dominic Mysterio. And then you can go back and run back Braun and Jey Uso from their Intercontinental title time.
Yeah.
And Braun Breaker, this is what I predict as well. Braun Breaker is going to take out Dominic Mysterio at the beginning of the match. And for a significant amount of time.
Forget about Dominic Mysterio.
And he's going to be lying. And then he's going to come in and steal the match.
Yeah.
Okay, JFB, let's hear your booking.
Yes.
When this first started, my answer was going to be, I don't give a rat's ass, period. This is the most uninspiring run of the Intercontinental title.
And that's why you do it to Dominic, because it makes it interesting.
When you started talking about Dominic, in my head, I start processing it. What would it be like to have Dominic as your Intercontinental champion?
It's a honky-tonk man.
No. He's going to be like Shawn Michaels when he was just slimy and gross and just like cocky and full of himself. That's what it's going to be like. That's going to be so I'm going to go with Dom.
But as far as wrestling ability, he's the honky-tonk man.
We've converted him. No.
I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio.
Wrestler to honky tonk man.
Yeah. He's over. I mean, you can't deny the fact that out of those four guys, Rey Mysterio.
Dominic, you mean?
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio is hugely over. You know what? You don't even get Penta involved with this. Like, have him like halfway through.
He's going to take the pin like his brother.
Oh, Dom's beating.
If that happens, they're like, Joe's on another level.
Dude, speaking of which, did you hear what Penta said about Dominic?
No.
Basically said he's not a real Mexican.
Let's go to our next match. It's going to be Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre, who may or may not be wrestling with an eye patch because glass got in his eye. But regardless.
Was it real glass?
Who knows? I guarantee you probably not. It's probably just
sugar
glass or safety glass.
So that brings the term window liquor to a whole new meaning if it's sugar glass.
So Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are wrestling for no particular reason other than 2 weeks ago they decided to start hating each other. Canada Dry, you go first.
Well, at least we got some. This could be entertaining. Like I don't like the idea of bringing these together, but if you're gonna make it like a hardcore match or whatever,
Yeah.
like Drew can really sell some of that hardcore stuff. Like taking all those stitches. Like I think this will be a good match.
Yeah.
I think it will. It doesn't look good on paper, but I think that they're going to present well, and I think Drew's gonna win.
Okay. Let's go to Justin.
So they are telling this as a Sin City street fight, if I'm correct.
Yep, that is the stipulation.
All right. Great.
Yeah. Even though in real life I'm picking Damian Priest to win here. This is on this prediction show. I'm having Drew because Damian Priest the right way. However, would of course CM Punk's help last year screwed Drew McIntyre out of that world title that he deserved. So, yeah I got Drew.
Let's go to Joe.
I'm still in JFB answer. I don't care. I don't care about this match. Drew deserves so much better than how he has been treated these last 6 to 8 months. That man was the MVP and carried this company through the pandemic, through 2024. He carried the Punk feud because Punk was injured. This man deserves so much better than a stupid street fight in Mania with Damian Priest.
How cool would this be? If Jinder Slater returned and helped Drew.
Sure, why? That's better than what. I don't care. I want better for Drew.
Yeah.
What do you want?
So you're picking Drew?
Okay, so
Roman's going to pick for me because I don't care.
okay. So I think Drew is going to win, but then after that, Triple H comes out and says that you're going to have to fight someone, and it's going to be... Hold on, who's the United States champion right now?
Jacob Fatu.
Oh, wait, no.
So who are you picking to win?
Drew McIntyre, because
there you go.
Last year...
No more fantasy booking there, Roman.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's my pick. So we're going with Drew.
You know what? Damian Priest's character is just stale. Like, it was really cool when he was with Judgment Day and he had that edge to him, but now that he's a face, I don't give a rat's butt about Damian Priest, which sucks because I love Damian Priest since Ring of Honor. I thought he was amazing. But
Some did not do the face transition.
Yeah, I'm going to take Drew just because, to be honest with you, it's the better of two evils. It's like picking, do I want to, chainsaw or do I want to die by an exploding bullet? Either way.
Really quickly, will there be blood?
Of course there will. Yeah.
There better be blood.
If there's no blood, then I'm not watching the WrestleMania.
You're doing the same damn thing.
Besides the main event, of course.
Yeah.
Oh no, you got to lock him in his room. He said he's not watching no more.
He has access to it in his room. I can't keep him from watching it.
So let's go to our sixth match. It's Randy Orton. He's going to have a WrestleMania match. Unfortunately, we don't know who it's going to be. It's a mystery opponent because Kevin Owens has an actual real injury. Canada Dry. Who's going to win? Who's going to debut?
Well, I guess I have to say who it is first because
I
think it's Rusev.
Yeah.
Rusev's going to come out in a tank. I think possibly Lana's there too. I don't know. But,
she did sign a Legends contract with WWE.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think that it's going to be Rusev's day. Like, what's the point if of debuting someone if they're not going to win?
Is it really a debut though? He's been there before. We've done that.
No, but he's back. Return.
Yeah. So you're gonna
game over.
So you're gonna pick Rusev to win?
Yeah.
Okay, Justin.
I like the idea of Rusev I don't think it's going to be Alistair because he has this vignettes of 425 on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But this might be a crazy pick to me. I think it's going to be Nick Aldis.
Yeah. Okay.
And with that, I think Randy Orton is going to beat Nick Aldis, and then he'll apologize to Mickey James for what he did to him.
Okay. All right. Joe.
Yeah. On the form, I picked Rusev,
Yeah.
but I think Randy Orton is winning because
Yeah.
of what happens in the main event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I wanted to try and be edgy and cool and make a all fan prediction, but I can't. Other than it's either Nick Aldis or Rusev. No, I do not want to see Solo versus Randy. Good, please don't.
What if it's Vikingo?
No.
No.
I you know what? It's to me, Rusev makes more sense than Aleister Black, makes more sense than what if it was somebody from TNA, say Moose? Like if you're gonna elevate someone,
Joe
with
Hendry?
Randy- huh?
What
My
about Joe
son wants
Hendry?
it to be Joe Hendry.
No, I wanted to
I
be
believe in Joe Hendry.
I wanted to be
It's gonna be. I mean,
Show Speed.
What? What did you say?
He said he wanted to be
Cheeseburger.
I Show Speed. The guy from the Rumble who got speared in half by Braun.
he got RKO last year. It's his time to get revenge on Randy Orton.
Yeah, he's
It's,
not going to be rich.
yeah, it's gonna be Rusev. Rusev's gonna win. In all honesty, I mean, I don't know what they're doing with Randy Orton. They're jerking him around. You know, he's like on just the rim of being in the main event and being a world champion, and then he's like out in the middle of nowhere, and then he's here and he's there, and then they show up, so the crowd will sing a song. So like it's ridiculous.
Well, they're pretty much trying to make him like the Jake the Snake Roberts of this modern era.
Like make him do something. Put a belt on him. Give him a storyline.
Give him a feud.
Well, I
Give
mean,
him
to
something.
be fair, like we said, KO got hurt, so
That would have been a good match. It's a shame that.
Yeah, that would have been an amazing match. Let's go to our main event. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, your world champion, taking on the turncoat, now heel John Cena. All right, Canada Dry, you go first, my friend.
John Cena and The Rock screw Cody out of the world title. And that's that.
Justin.
So I think the reason why the turncoat of Paul Heyman to CM Punk and Roman Reigns happened last night with Seth Rollins is because that is going to set up The Rock and Seth Rollins helping John Cena beat Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, and John Cena is going to win title number 17, and then more than likely go on to face Randy Orton in the main event in his hometown of St. Louis at Backlash.
Okay. Wow.
Really quickly, I want to see a John Cena. Paul Heyman, Bobby Heenan type family. I want to see him with a stable of guys.
Yeah, give him a Dangerous Alliance again.
Yeah, recreate the Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah.
Like you could have Paul Heyman be The Rock because The Rock obviously can't be around.
Yeah.
Have them do a business deal to where Paul Heyman is
The Rock isn't going to be here tonight?
No.
He is.
Going forward.
Oh,
Like, he'll be here tonight. I guarantee you.
Oh, you just like read something.
No.
And I'm only saying that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman and The Rock are going to help out John Cena because if you guys remember on Friday, John Cena in his last face-to-face with Cody Rhodes saying like, I don't have to wrestle to beat you.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. But yeah, obviously, if it's not John Cena, what are we doing? Then the heel turn was all for naught.
Yeah.
Like,
and also they are making like Cody Rhodes beat John Cena at every little turn here in these promos.
Yeah.
And
So,
like I said, the first thing after Cena wins, his first title defense should be destroying LA Knight.
Yeah.
And then move on. Maybe save Orton for later. I don't know. But either way, if Cena doesn't win, then this is, to use the words of the NXT crowd, the biggest fumble Triple H will have ever done.
Yeah.
If Cena loses, we riot.
So there's a social media post from Elimination Chamber where it was sponsored by Drumstick. Makes really good ice cream cones that you can eat.
I wasn't going to say anything about this, but go ahead.
So there's video of the Drumstick holding the World Championship. One nameplate has Drumstick on it, but the camera pans over to the other side, and the nameplate on it is John Cena. People are now saying it predicted that WWE ruined the results of tonight's match. Here's how it's going to happen. The Rock's going to come out about 3/4 of the way, or right near the end of the match. He's going to appear. He's not going to walk down. He's just going to appear. And it's going to be enough to distract Cody Rhodes. And John Cena is going to either give him an attitude adjustment and go for the five knuckle shuffle and then the pin, or he's just going to pin him outright. Like he's going to give him a small package. And that's how he's going to get his championship. There's going to be no shenanigans because, in all honesty, I don't think WWE has a inkling of what they're going to do with a John Cena run, but it has to be a run. It can't be a couple months and then you give it. This has got to run until at least October or November. As you get closer to his.
But when he turned, they said he has 10 months left.
There you go. Then you let it run for 10 months. You gave it to Roman Reigns. You gave it to Roman Reigns for 3.5 years.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but what if he? I'm not saying that this is gonna happen, but what if he holds that title until Ruthless Aggression in his hometown of Boston, and then he drops it there?
I don't think he will.
I don't think so either, but that could possibly be one of the things.
I mean, the thing about John Cena is, in reality, John Cena is a decent guy. But over the years of meeting wrestler after wrestler after wrestler, everything comes down to ego. Hulk Hogan is who Hulk Hogan is because of ego. He doesn't give a rat's ass about Trump being president or how much beer he sells. He doesn't care about it. He just cares about his ego. And that's the majority. And I think that's the problem with when you're dealing with John Cena. Like, I don't see his ego letting him drop it in his hometown. I just don't see it. But he's got to keep it for 10 months. And you got to get people set up and ready to be convincing enough to beat him before he eventually hands the belt over in a loss to Cody Rhodes.
Joe said we think we could see LA Knight as one of the guys.
Nah, sure.
So here's a
Cena needs people lined up for him to beat. LA Knight should absolutely be one of them.
So here's a question. The way that he said that he's going to be the last real champion, are we going to see a deja vu of CM Punk when he did this, or like win the title, blow a kiss, and then leave?
That will never happen.
No,
that won't happen because
first off, he's too much of a company guy to do that. But number two, there is zero chance that John Cena is retiring as a heel.
Yeah,
he's going to turn back babyface at some point.
Yeah,
he's going to do the Shawn Michaels versus Hogan thing. I just had to know.
I mean, ultimately, yes, Cena has to turn face and lose the belt, but it's going to happen in 10 months. It's going to be a long run. So your job at this point, PKO, is to start producing opponents that threaten the loss of the belt to Cena and make it convincing. Don't just throw a guy in 2 weeks before a pay-per-view and expect us to believe, wow, this guy has a chance to beat John Cena. Shit, on every single time you do that. Build this
So-
story properly. Pick
So
two.
not counting this month, John Cena has officially 8 more months left on his career.
There you go.
There you go. Give it for 8 months. Do something. I mean, find a way to get Randy Orton in, get a way to get Seth Rollins, get a way to get Roman Reigns, get a way to get CM Punk, get a way to get guys in line. And it doesn't have to be massive. Do 3, maybe 4 guys. Do 3. That will last you 8 months, and that will give you the ability to build a storyline. Because
Do
right
3,
now,
then the 4th person should be the one who dethrones them.
exactly. And,
Well, there you go, guys. This is our
There you go.
show.
There you go.
Enjoy WrestleMania tonight.
It's got to be better than last night, right?
Yeah, you know where to go now.
It has to be, because the past night 2s of WrestleMania has been way better than night 1s.
Yeah.
Do the whole rigmarole, JFB.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, if you want to get a hold of us, there's multiple ways to do it, but it requires your fingers, it requires a keyboard, and a mouse. Clickety clack and point to the links down below, because they're going to take you everywhere. Now, Flower Shop is run by ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all your Adrian Adonis gear. But if you're a fan of AFW as well, us 4, there's multiple ways to get in touch with us. But if you want to show the world, I dig these guys and what they do, then all you need to do is go to ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling. Click on any t-shirts you want. They're running a special right now, 20% off. It ends tonight. So be smart. Go get the discount. Grab a couple of shirts from effing wrestling, all effing wrestling, and show your love to us. Now, on behalf of Canada Drive, Justin, EVP Joe, the Almighty JFB.
Justin, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and you're welcome to call in anytime and be part of it with us. That being said, sometimes life is hard and you get knocked on your ass. It's okay to be down. It's not okay to stay down. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to your family. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
We'll help you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, put one foot in front of the other. Raise your fist in the air. Put the devil in a sharpshooter and just keep fighting. Hey guys, I'm a first-time caller. Many-time listener. I love the show. What do you guys rate my big fat ass? Just want to know.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Tony Schiavone for the All Fan Wrestling Network.
I rated a 5.